Okay, so this is where you're going to see the name, MAC address, assign. What if this guy already assigned like an 100 IP address to some computers? You'll be able to see the list of all those IP. So here is a reservation. What's the function of a reservation? Anytime you want DHCP to be giving out a specific IP to a specific system every time. For example, let's assume that this is my system now, the system I'm using now. You're going to see that the IP that DHCP is giving me now is 192.168.1.100. When DHCP giving me this IP, it doesn't mean that this is the IP that DHCP will be giving me every time. No, the IP can change. Tomorrow, if I need to get IP, DHCP can give me 1.10. Or next tomorrow, DHCP can give me 1.20. But what if I want DHCP to be giving me this IP every time so that the IP cannot change? I want this DHCP to be giving me 1.100 every time I request IP. You configure what we call the reservation. So when you do that reservation, you put the MAC address of that particular system. So how do you get MAC address on your system? You go into your CMD. If you are in CMD and you type this command, get MAC, hit enter key. So if you type get MAC, you're going to see the MAC address I'm using on this particular system. So you see the MAC address. What if you type this command ipconfig? So if you don't type get MAC, you can actually use ipconfig space /all, and you will be able to see the MAC address that you are running on the system. You will be able to see the MAC address that you are running on the system. So once you get the MAC address, you put the MAC address inside this box. Now put the IP that you want this guy to be giving your system every time. Maybe I want this guy to be getting 1.100 every time. And you enable the status. If I save, it means that this system will be getting 1.100 every time it requests for IP. So that's the function of that reservation. So I'm not going to save. So come to forwarding. I think no need to do anything here. Anytime that you want this guy to be forwarding an IP to another devices, that's where you do IP forwarding, like DMZ, demilitarized zone. Maybe you have a zone that you hosted outside, and that zone is outside at the back of your firewall that you want people to be redirecting to. You can configure IP forwarding. But if you come to security, this is where you enable firewall, VPN, ALG, which is a application layer gateway. So all these things here are important. As you can see, everything is enabled by default. So no need to do much configuration here. Just make sure you enable everything. We all know what firewall does. Firewall here is going to be monitoring any incoming and outgoing traffic on this wireless network, and is now going to determine maybe to allow or to block based on the policy that you already created on the firewall. And anytime the firewall still see any malicious traffic, any suspicious traffic, the firewall can actually block all those traffic. So we have VPN encrypt wherever you are sending from one nest to another so that your information will be secure. And we have an ALG, application layer gateway. So all those guys there is already enabled. You can actually block some attack by using this advanced security. You can block ICMP flood. You don't want someone to be pinging your devices like million times. You can block all those things. You can block a sync fault attack. So we have different attack that you can stop by this wireless router. Okay, so come to local management. So local management here is just where you can assign the MAC address or system that can access this router on the web. But you don't need to do all those things. Remote management is when you want to assign which IP outside the network can remotely connect to this wireless router and access to the web interface. So if you come to parental control is where you want to like monitor some devices and specify which website they are able to browse to, which website they cannot browse to, based on what we do inside the other router. Access control is where you want to specify what you are able to access and what you are not able to access. Static routing here is when you want to configure a static route so that you're able to communicate to any other host outside the network. So I think that's all IP and MAC binding. So this one is not something that you need to do for basic. Dynamic DNS. So this dynamic DNS here is just when you have a website that you hosted on your network, you can actually use this option. So these are just everything about this TP link. So you're going to see that the same thing that these links is as, the same thing that this TP link has. So the dashboard can actually be different, but everything you do on this will still be the same thing that you do on the second one. So that's the practical for this wireless